After my brutal breakup, my best friend Nora dragged me to a bar to blow off some steam. She was just about to run her hands over this hot male model's abs when suddenly, the movie star Ethan Chow stormed in through the door. Ethan was wearing a baseball cap, his face twisted in rage, pointing straight at the model, who kinda looked like him, and snarled, "Who the HCL is this guy?" "Nora, are you using him as my replacement?" Nora looked up, shot him a glance, and as she stood, a cold smirk curled on her lips. "What? You can treat me like a stand-in for Sophia too, so why can't I find someone to replace you? Isn't that precious family heirloom from the Xiao clan already on someone else's wrist?" Ethan was choked silent by her words. His voice came out hoarse, forcing an explanation. "I told you, I didn't give her that bracelet." Nora sneered. "Then go get it back." The silence hit hard, making the bar's chaotic vibe feel even louder. Ethan stood frozen for a moment, then sighed. "I'm sorry, I can't." Even though I'd seen this coming, Nora's face still cracked with raw emotion she couldn't hide. Her eyes reddened as she grabbed her purse, signaled she'd call me later, and stormed out in her high heels. Ethan nodded at me and followed her. Remembering how he'd sweet-talked her back every other time, I yelled in frustration, "Nora, don't cave! This is a deal breaker!" "Break up! This time, make it stick!" I shouted until my throat burned, and from behind me, a hand with long, elegant fingers offered me a slice of watermelon. Staring at that hand, I felt a thrill. Damn, this model knows how to play. I turned with a grin. "Hey, handsome, what's your name?" The words barely left my mouth when I saw that familiar face, and I froze solid. Somehow, the model had been shoved off his seat, and there stood Victor Shen, his face icy, jawline sharp as a blade, eyes like frozen daggers piercing me. I backed up in terror, but he grabbed my wrist tight. Victor sneered, staring me down. "Like that little boy toy? Fine, let's go home. I've got a little brother, too. I'll let you stare all you want." That night, Victor pinned me against the massive floor-to-ceiling window and ravaged me until dawn. Right across was Victoria Harbor, where every square inch costs a fortune. Without Victor, I wouldn't even qualify to step foot in a place like this. But I knew damn well I wasn't his girlfriend, just his kept woman, his canary in a gilded cage. My first year in the entertainment biz, I ran into a sleazy director who tried to grope me. I dodged him all dinner, but he got bolder, his hand slipping under my skirt, until Victor showed up. With one casual word, he got me out of that mess. He was the infamous tycoon of Hong Kong's showbiz world, and I was a nobody actress just starting out. Victor didn't chase me overtly or make grand gestures, but he cared in subtle ways, and his face, handsomer than any leading man, made my heart race. As time passed, I couldn't deny I fell for him, but I knew my place. A canary's just a pet. How could I ever compare to a real girlfriend? I knew we had no future, and one day I'd have to leave. Still spacing out? Maybe to punish my distraction, Victor suddenly ramped up the pace. "Thinking about who? That boy toy?" I screamed as he drove me wild, nails digging into his arms, biting my lip and shaking my head no. But my answer clearly didn't satisfy him. He flipped me around. "Even if not, you'll take it anyway." I don't know how long it lasted, but when the storm finally subsided, Victor carried me to the massive tub, his arms still wrapped around me. In that hazy afterglow, I blurted, "I heard your sister, Diana Shen, is back?" "Yeah." Victor had been close to Diana since they were kids. She handled most of the Shen family's big and small affairs. More importantly, rumor had it she brought back a woman this time, the one meant to marry Victor. Thinking of that, I probed, "Can I meet her?" Victor's eyes, which had been closed, snapped open. He studied me, then said coldly, "No need." Of course, a canary doesn't get to meet the family. I hid my disappointment and smiled faintly. Okay. That night, Nora said she'd call, but it was noon the next day when she texted. Don't worry, no reconciliation. I figured things would just keep rolling like that. Until a month later, Nora and I both realized our periods were late. We met at the hospital for checks, and when the ultrasound showed pregnancy confirmed, we both went dead silent. Nora snatched my results, fuming. "I told you to dump him after getting the resources. Why the HEL didn't you use protection?" "I did," I yelled back. But remembering that wild session by the window, I lowered my voice. "But maybe it tore." Nora rolled her eyes in exasperation. Now I grabbed hers. I shrieked, "You dare lecture me? Who's yours from? You don't even have a guy." Nora's lashes fluttered. She gave me a guilty look and mumbled, "Ethan's." "Whose?" I thought I misheard, frowning. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and screamed in my ear, "My ex-boyfriend, Ethan Xiao." The yell rang in my ears. I grumbled irritably, "If it's Ethan, just say Ethan. Why scream?" Nora had dumped him, and Ethan still had his white moonlight, Sophia too. And me? Just a secret canary, while Victor's fiancée was back in town. Thinking that, we both sighed. Clearly, neither guy would claim these kids. After the silence, Nora grabbed my hand, hesitant. "How about we keep the babies, ditch the dads?" I thought it over and nodded. "Sure, Victor's been generous these years, plus my acting earnings, enough for a villa abroad." Had a dog, a cat, a mansion, 2 moms, and 2 kids. Isn't that the dream retirement life for me and my bestie? No time like the present. Nora, despite Ethan's constant harassment, was single and free to bolt any time since they weren't living together. Me? Way more complicated. I agonized over how to end things with Victor, but never found the right moment. Until one night, he came home drunk. My smile froze the second the door opened. Victor was leaning half his weight on a stunning woman's shoulder. It was her, the one I'd seen in photos with Diana when she returned. Sandra He, Victor's intended bride. She looked at me politely, eyes soft. Hi, you're Olivia Chen, right? Victor's wasted. I brought him home. Sandra's gracious vibe threw me off. Not what I'd imagined. She seemed to know all about me and Victor. I forced a smile, took him from her, and dumped him on the couch. Sandra didn't leave. She glanced around and smiled. Mind if I get a glass of water? I kept my face blank and headed to the kitchen, her voice droning behind me. I heard you've been taking care of Victor while I was abroad. Thanks for that. I've seen your films. A woman with no backing diving into showbiz. It's tough. Diana and I both admire you. She mentioned wanting to invite you to a Shen family gathering soon. Did Victor tell you? My hand pouring water froze. Turning to Sandra, her eyes held no scorn or bragging about her elite status. Just the confident poise of the true Shen family matriarch. That feeling, I'd never get it, no matter how long I stayed with Victor. In that instant, the weight crushing my heart finally crashed down. I knew it was time to go. That night, while Victor slept like the dead, I quietly packed. I'd prepared mentally from the start, so I didn't have much there. I left all the expensive gifts behind, taking only a bracelet. It was the matching ones we'd gotten at Wutai Mountain, one each, for good luck and peace. I'd rehearsed grand goodbyes, but screw it. On the gray silk sheets, Victor's face was as gorgeous as the first time I saw him. He thought he'd conquered me, but he never knew. I fell for him at first sight, too. My heart ached with bitterness and regret. I texted his phone one last time. I'm out. High mountains, long rivers. May we never meet again in this life. Then blocked him. Victor Shen, here's to us both finding peace and prosperity. You're listening to Lucy's Love Story channel. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is our 3rd year in Australia, me and Nora. We both had healthy babies, her son Bobby, my daughter Fiona. When Bobby and Fiona turned 3, Nora started posting mom life content online, but never showed faces. I opened a bar in Oz. Life was chill, money, free time, and plenty of eye candy at the bar. Until one day, under Nora's video, someone commented, "Am I the only one who thinks little Bobby looks just like movie star Ethan Zhao?" Ethan had posted his childhood pics online, so when folks compared, netizens flipped. Not just similar, identical. Suddenly, Bobby blew up online. Trolls tagged Ethan on Weibo. Some asked Nora, "Who's the dad?" Nora snapped back, "No dad. I reproduced asexually." When netizens accused her of being a homewrecker with a bastard kid, Nora fired. "If you knew who the dad is, you'd pity me." Right after, an account named Ethan Xiao replied, "You sure about that, Nora?" Username Ethan Xiao, profile pic him, and calling her out by name. If that's a fan, it's a damn good impersonator. Nora freaked, deleted all comments, and set to friends only. That night, she hit my bar to vent, terrified Ethan would track her and fight for Bobby. I calmed her. Just from videos? Even if it's him, Australia's huge. He won't pinpoint us. Seeing her still anxious, I suggested a getaway tomorrow. Next day, we took the kids sightseeing but got mobbed by street reporters. Bobby's viral fame. We declined interviews and bolted. But the video hit online anyway. Bobby's face clear as day, even me and Fiona caught in frame. Netizens exploded. "Holy shite, he looks even more like Ethan in real life. Is this Ethan's secret kid? Celeb scandals are dropping like flies. That little girl's cute too. Her mom's an actress, right? Looks familiar." Seeing the frenzy escalate, Nora and I huddled. Maybe we relocate. The bar's not booming anyway. Been wanting to shut it. Nora nodded. "Where you go, I follow." She nuked her socials. I posted the bar for sale. That day, someone messaged to meet that night about taking over. But I waited till close. No show. Unease crept in. Suddenly, noise outside. In a flash, the wooden door got kicked in. Dozens of men in black swarmed surrounding the place. Ice shot down my spine. I could barely move. I screamed, "Who are you after?" No answer. In panic, I spun and sprinted out the back, turned right, and slammed into a rock-hard chest. That familiar cedar scent hit me, freezing me solid. Backing up, I fumbled for my phone to call cops. But as I dialed, pain shot through my wrist. Phone clattered, screen flickering. My hands got bound behind with a leather strap. He gripped my waist, yanking me close. A voice I hadn't heard in years, but unforgettable, whispered in my ear, "Olivia, how have you been these years?" It sounded casual, but the chill underneath made my back go numb. I closed my eyes, steadying my breath. "Victor Shen, we're done. This is Australia. Don't mess around." "Done?" A cold laugh echoed behind. Did I agree? Besides, what if I do mess around? Even after years apart, I remembered Victor's ruthless games. I shut my eyes, weakly protesting, I already called the police. Meanwhile, the phone rang on the floor and someone picked up. Victor scooped it up, held it to my ear, smirking defiantly. Be good. Tell them the address. Guess how many times I'll make you scream before they arrive. I got forced onto Victor's private jet back home, and he took my daughter Fiona too. Victor sat in his luxury Victoria Harbor pad, staring at Fiona. She pointed at his nose. Mom, who's this ugly dude? I choked, speechless. Victor pulled out a mirror. Ugly? Want to see who you look like? Fiona and Bobby both mirrored their dads, mini Victors. She peeked in the mirror, then at Victor's face. Turned to me, pissed. Mom, your taste in men sucks. Done. She hopped off and stormed to the room Victor prepped for her, no look back. Victor chuckled softly, stood to follow, but I blocked him. What are you doing to Fiona? She's just a kid. I eyed him warily, unsure of his marriage status or plans for her. As I opened my mouth again, he gently pushed my hand aside, self-mocking sigh. What could I do? Just tuck her in. That night, somehow, by morning, Fiona's attitude flipped. Old man, you promised weekend trip to see Princess Elsa. Victor pinched her chubby cheek, voice unusually gentle. Deal, whatever you want. He looked up, our eyes met, awkward as HEL. I had the nanny take Fiona for breakfast and laid it out for Victor. Fiona's mine. I won't give up custody. Victor stayed cool. I know. I paused, then pushed. You can hold me here short term, but not forever. I won't let you cage me like before. If I get a chance, I'll run again. After I spoke, Victor went quiet, frowned in thought, then stepped aside. No need to run. You can go anywhere. If you hate here, I'll set you up elsewhere. Just don't go too far. Fiona knows I'm her dad now. I figure, even as her mom, you can't block her from her real father. His words left me stunned. What the HEL? Victor wasn't trapping me. I eyed him suspiciously, thinking it was a stall tactic. But he was right. I couldn't deny Fiona her dad. Still, that didn't mean I'd stick around. That day, I took Fiona and left Victor's place. He offered to arrange new digs for us, but I refused. I found my own spot, settled in, called Nora. No answer. Victor had sworn he didn't take her. Days passed, no contact with Nora. Worry built. Victor was like a damn leech, showing up morning and night. Here to see Fiona. One day I snapped, dragged him aside. Victor Shen, what do you want? You've married Sandra, he by now, right? Hiding Fiona from you was my fault, but I never wanted you responsible. You don't have to be. You've got a family, your own life. Can you stop hunting me down? My words made Victor frown in confusion. Who said I'm married? What's this got to do with Sandra? I didn't know how to untangle this mess, but maybe explanations were pointless now. Even if misunderstood 3 years later, that wound had scarred deep. Forget it. I shook my head, tried shutting the door, but Victor blocked it. First time since reuniting, his eyes turned razor sharp, like they could carve my heart out. Sternly, word by word, Olivia Chen, explain this, now. The past flooded back like a faded, painful painting. I told Victor about the night I left, his face darkened as he listened. Long pause, then he sighed. That night I was drunk, but I remember getting in Diana's car. Why Sandra ended up dropping me off, I can guess, but not now. Vague bullshit like that. I'd heard it before. As his canary, I'd kept distance, never pushed. Victor didn't share, I didn't pry. But years later, hearing the evasion again, I laughed bitterly. Victor, you don't need to explain. Besides you being Fiona's dad, we're nothing. I stood, showed him out. Victor lingered at the door, mumbling something. I tuned out, popped in earbuds. Soon after moving, Nora called from back home. Her voice awkward. Olivia, can you join a parenting reality show with me? After Victor took you, I was going to find you, but Ethan blocked me. These days, he's held my phone, wants custody. No way. But he says if I do this family reality show, he'll drop it. I didn't know Ethan's game, but sisters in need, I'd help, even if it bankrupted me. I'd reconnected with my old manager, who wanted a small gig for my comeback. A show dropping in my lap? Only idiots say no. After chatting with Fiona, we signed on for a parent-kid reality show. Manager announced my return on Weibo. But filming day? Total shock. Thought it was mom-kid, but nope, full family trio. What floored me? Victor showed up. Seeing him, Fiona ran over. Old man, don't worry, I'll protect you today. Victor smiled, ruffled her hair. Good, Dad's counting on you. Ethan's massive fan base plus his Weibo tease about bringing his son made the premiere explode. Hashtag movie star Ethan brings secret son to show trended hard. Holy crap, the kid's really Ethan's. Ethan married? Wake up. Who knows what tricks that woman used to get knocked up? Ethan just said bringing my son, no marriage mention. Props to the producers for the hype. Seeing comments rage, they switched the compatibility test to random Q&A. Host pulled viewer questions via computer. After spins, screen blared. Are the parents legally married? Normal for couples, but here? Nuclear bomb. Ethan paled, sighed, no. One word, netizens detonated. Knew it. She trapped him with a kid. Remember Ethan's rumors with singer Sophia too? Childhood sweethearts, wonder why it fizzled. Third wheel alert. Homewreckers like her deserve HEL. Host pressed, so no plans to marry or divorced? Ethan glanced at Nora, self-mocking smile. Let's say she dumped me. Comments erupted uncontrollably. Tension rising, host pivoted to me. This is for all families, not just one. I calmly took the mic, faced the camera. We're not married. He wanted to keep me as a mistress, but I said no. Off-camera host nearly spit water. What the f you seek in my hearing? This show's getting axed. Thought Ethan was wild. Olivia's nuking it. Host froze, recovered. Mr. Shen's take? Producers must have been briefed. Didn't use his full name. Victor's low-key. No one knew his mega-rich Shen family ties. He took the mic, stone-faced. Pretty much. She'd rather sponsor young studs than me. Dead silence. I flushed, shot Victor a weird look. Does he know what he's saying? Rest of questions were perfunctory. Viewers asked, what about the other can't you stand? Nora blasted Ethan for clinging despite his white moonlight. Ethan countered, she invented the moonlight. It was family pressure. I accused Victor of using Fiona to harass me. He fired back. I'd ghosted him 3 years. No trace. Back and forth accusations turned the show into a public trial. Host probably never dealt with this, forced awkward laughs to diffuse, but viewers ate it up. God, best show ever, so many bombshells. Other talk shows take notes, ditch the fluff. These pairs are stripping bare for us, treating us like insiders. Finally, last question. Host sighed relief. Last one? What's your current feelings for each other? Nora stayed silent long, no answer. Ethan didn't hesitate. I want another chance. I'll love her and the kid. Mike to me, I smiled faintly. High mountains, long rivers, let's go our separate ways. High mountains, long rivers seemed to trigger Victor. His face twisted instantly. He raised the mic, 2 words, want marriage. 12 days later, show clips viralized. Ethan confirming Sophia was family arranged made her flaunting the Xiao heirloom look clownish. Netizens dug up intimate Ethan-Sophia pics, photoshopped. Even that starry-eyed award glance? He was reading a prompter. His eyes just sparkled naturally. Haters who'd bashed Nora as homewrecker flipped, raiding Sophia's page. Hilarious. Arranged marriage in this era? Sophia's delusional. Probably sucking up to Ethan's grandma. Rumor, Ethan's grandma has heart issues. If family favored Sophia to avoid shocking her, that's why no denials till now. But as Ethan proposes on show blew up, another topic snuck in. Shin and he families announce engagement in Harbor City. Photos sparse, but one clear. Bride-to-be? Sandra He. Logic screamed to ignore, but my heart shattered, choking on pain. Never expected, after the show, Victor, who visited Fiona dawn to dusk, vanished. Engagement prep must be hectic. No time for irrelevance. I tore my eyes from the screen, feeling pathetic. Recalling Victor's final show gaze, I'd almost believed want marriage. I'd fought tears, but they streamed. Unnoticed, Fiona appeared. Mom, why crying? I smiled, shook head. Nothing, thinking of going back to Oz, but then you won't see Dad. Fiona's eyes widened, staring blankly. Long pause, then she leaned in, kissed my cheek. Mom, let's go back. You're listening to Lucy's Love Story channel. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. When Victor got Olivia's call, the board meeting on share transfers just wrapped. Outsiders thought Shen's siblings tight-knit, but Victor knew who orchestrated his kidnapping at 10, nearly KIL'd him. Diana faked closeness, but schemed behind. Leveraging Grandpa's favoritism, she built board power, blocking Victor's Shen Corp takeover. He played along, letting her help publicly while secretly building allies, toppling her supporters, seizing control. Victor was ruthless for goals, except with Olivia. First meeting her, her beauty hooked him, but her principles and drive sealed it. In cutthroat showbiz, no background actresses were prey. 4th time saving her from creeps, he blurted, "Wanna be with me?" Olivia's face cold, eyes hesitant. She bit her lip, nodded. Later, in Love, Victor saw them as normal couple. But when Diana returned, Olivia asked to meet. He refused. Their rift couldn't last. It'd explode. Better not expose his weakness for threats. Never expected Olivia's abrupt dump. Vanished 3 years. No trail. He never stopped searching, fruitless, until spotting her in a street interview with a girl mirroring him. Then he understood her exit. While hunting her, he accelerated Diana's downfall. Post-meeting today, Diana was neutralized. Thinking that, he answered fast. But not Olivia's voice, a kid's furious one. Old man, get back quick or Mom will run again. Need a kid to teach you wife wooing? Useless. Hung up. That night, in Shen Corp garage, a limited edition Maybach roared like a meteor, straight to the airport. 1 hour till takeoff. Earlier, I'd told Nora I was heading back to Oz. She cheered, awesome! I'll join. Cut off by Ethan's cold voice. Where you going? Hearing the smooches, I smirked, hung up. Texted, cherish your fate. This time, you're on your own. Nora wasn't like me. Back here, I'd seen Ethan still loved her and vice versa. But that meant just me and Fiona alone abroad. Fiona must have eaten something bad, kept stomach aching, bathroom runs. At airport, I bought meds, but she refused. Boarding time neared. I snapped, grabbed her hand. What's wrong? Drink now or on plane? Fiona teared up. Mom, can we wait a bit? Speakers urged. I raised voice. Wait for what? What? Words out, low voice behind. Me, Olivia, you said no more running? Now ditching me? My feet cemented. I glared at Fiona accusingly. She blinked innocently. Right kid doesn't want to lose dad. Fair. I was the wrong one. Turning, Victor's face exhausted, eyes bloodshot. I choked. Congrats on the engagement. Sorry, didn't know Fiona clung so hard. If so, she can stay with you a while, then return. Holding back, I pushed Fiona to him. This time, I go alone. I turned, fighting tears, but next second, Victor grabbed my wrist, pulled me into his arms, his deep voice overhead. I'm not engaged to Sandra. It's my cousin. Olivia, in this life, I'll marry only you. But Sandra's words were real. She liked him. Before I spoke, Victor read my mind. Don't call me cruel. This time, I pushed Sandra's marriage. My sister Diana wanted her to bind me. Sandra just craved Shen wife status. So I pulled strings, married her to my playboy cousin. Olivia, I've never been a good guy. She could have had better. But she hurt you, so no regrets. Outside, my flight took off. That day, Victor held me back. I couldn't name the feeling, just a thorn still stabbing my heart. Soon after Sandra's engagement to Victor's cousin, he got caught hotel hopping with models. His polished image? Laughingstock. I didn't move in with Victor, nor resume jet-setting acting life. Opened a bar in Hong Kong instead. Daily, Victor clocked in like a job, ordered a drink, sat till close, drove me home. Once, Nora visited with Ethan. I poured her a martini. Ethan, whatever. Nora eyed my setup, worried. Olivia, not living with Victor, not dating. What do you want? I arched a brow. Just casual. After all, marriage isn't mandatory. I've got Fiona. Ethan grumbled, ordered booze. Didn't think Shen worse off than me. Your years abroad, met him a few times. Always wore that braided cord. Drunk, called your name. But devotion's worthless. Still dumped like a dog. Door chime. The dog arrived nightly. But tonight, Victor seemed pre-buzzed, face flushed. I poured water unamused. Seriously, if drunk, don't come. Call a driver home. Victor blanked. Home where? Your house, duh? I snapped. He smiled bitterly, pointed at himself. I got no home. My wife's done with me. Speechless, I shoved the water. Then go wherever. 17, Nora and Ethan finished, left. Close time, Victor sprawled asleep on couch. Thinking he'd catch cold and wine, I draped my coat over him. Under it, his breathing steady. I couldn't resist touching his face. Victor jolted awake, eyes hazy. What? Night dead quiet, I opened my mouth. Crack! Side window shattered. Iron bar swung again, crack widened. Seconds later, glass exploded, shards flying at me. I squeezed eyes shut, felt a massive body shield me. Then, thud of bar on flesh, sickening. Hot blood splashed my face. Ears rang, deafened. Victor smiled faintly. Blood streamed from his head like a burst dam, soaking his face red. My voice trembled, screaming, Victor. Attacker seemed done, fled to a van. As it peeled out, I glimpsed Diana's twisted grin in the back. Doctor, please, save him, I beg you. Hospital chaos, beeps, footsteps, sobs blending. I touched the blood on my face. Emotions collapsed. I slumped against the OR wall, shaking. Nora hugged tight. He'll be fine. Victor hasn't married you yet. He won't DI. Ethan off phone. Bar cams intact. Caught the window hit. Relax. Diana's done this time. I nodded, tears streaming, ears deaf. Ages later, OR light off. I rushed. Doctor's nod finally eased my heart. Victor moved to VIP. Despite head wound, he acted fully paralyzed. Shoulders immobile, arms limp. Wife, water. Stone-faced, I handed the glass. Wife, fruit. Gritting teeth, I speared a piece, fed him. Wife, I exploded. What now? Victor pouted pitifully. A kiss. I lost it. Why not say touch me too? His eyes lit. Can I? Dream on. 19 phone rang. I answered. Diana arrested. Earlier Victor probing her shady deals uncovered a HI for land case. Desperate, she hired the attack. I told Victor in his room, unsurprised. She tried to KIO me once before. I froze, shocked silent. That's why I didn't want you meeting her or in Shen crosshairs. Diana's insane. Victor bowed head. Sorry, I didn't give you security. Your abroad years, I owe you and Fiona. Olivia, I love you more than I knew. Deep in my heart, something struck. That lingering guilt, uprooted. Tears unstoppable. Victor pulled me gently. Silly, we have time. If you give me a chance. That day, sunset blazed outside the room. My new story with Victor started right there. Thank you for listening to the story at Lucy's Love Story channel. If you enjoyed it, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Your support is our team's biggest motivation.